Prince Harry, once a prominent member of the British royal family, is now living a life many only dream of. A life far removed from Buckingham Palace, steeped in sunshine, luxury, and independence in the heart of Hollywood. With a personal fortune estimated at $60 million, Harry and his wife Meghan Markle have redefined what it means to be royalty in the modern age. Gone are the ceremonial duties and carefully orchestrated public appearances. In their place, creative freedom, powerful media deals, and a life lived entirely on their own terms. But before the red carpets, media contracts, and Montecito mansions, Harry was born into one of the most iconic families in history. His full name is Henry Albert Charles David. Born on September 15, 1984, in London, he is the younger son of King Charles III and the late Princess Diana, arguably one of the most beloved public figures of the 20th century. Growing up under the public eye came with its own set of challenges. From the very beginning, Harry's life was anything but ordinary. Cameras followed his every step, tabloids speculated on every gesture, and the pressure to uphold royal tradition loomed over him from the moment he could walk. He grew up alongside his older brother, Prince William, who stands as the direct heir to the throne. While William's path was carefully carved to lead him toward kingship, Harry's future was far more undefined, giving him both opportunity and internal conflict. The family dynamics took a seismic hit in 1996 when his parents, Charles and Diana, divorced. Just a year later, the tragedy of Princess Diana's death shocked the world and left a lasting scar on a 12-year-old Harry. Walking behind his mother's coffin during the funeral, flanked by his brother and father, was a moment broadcast globally, and one that Harry has since described as emotionally scarring. These early events profoundly shaped his views on the media, mental health, and personal freedom, core themes that would later dominate his public work and personal decisions. Despite these traumatic experiences, Harry remained a steadfast figure within the royal framework during his youth. While many saw him as the spare to William's heir, he developed a reputation for being approachable, mischievous, and deeply human. But beneath the charm was a young man searching for meaning beyond his title. His financial standing began to take shape early on, thanks to his late mother's foresight. Princess Diana left a substantial settlement for her sons, an estimated $24 million in total, which, when adjusted for inflation, sits around $40 million today. Harry gained access to part of that inheritance when he turned 25, and by the time he hit 30, his share was roughly $17 million. But, unlike his brother William, Harry did not benefit from the Duchy of Cornwall, the vast private estate that funds the Prince of Wales. That distinction would become a key point later in his life, as it forced Harry to find financial independence on his own terms, a challenge he would eventually take on with remarkable success. Before Hollywood came calling, Harry's life took a disciplined turn toward military service, a move that surprised some, but ultimately garnered deep respect. He received his early education at Ludgrove School and later attended Eton College, one of the UK's most prestigious institutions. But instead of leaning into a purely aristocratic lifestyle, Harry opted for something more grounded: the military. In 2005, he enrolled at the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst, beginning what would become a nearly decade-long career in the British Armed Forces. His deployments took him to Afghanistan, where he served first as a forward air controller and later trained as an Apache helicopter pilot. He completed 2 tours of duty, demonstrating not just a willingness to serve, but a desire to be treated like any other soldier. For a prince who had spent his life under royal protection, this was a bold and admirable choice. His time in the military wasn't without risk, especially considering the security concerns that came with his royal status. But It proved transformative. It gave Harry a sense of purpose, structure, and pride. It also deepened his compassion for veterans, leading him to found the Invictus Games in 2014, an international sporting event for wounded service personnel and veterans, a project that remains close to his heart even today. But everything changed in January 2020. That was the moment Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made headlines across the globe with an announcement that would send shockwaves through royal circles. They were stepping back from their duties as senior members of the British royal family. Dubbed Megxit by the tabloids, the move was more than just a royal shakeup. It was a personal revolution. The couple cited media harassment, lack of personal freedom, and a desire for financial independence as key reasons behind their decision. It was controversial. It was bold. But above all, it was completely unprecedented. From there, Harry and Meghan relocated to North America, eventually settling in Montecito, California, an enclave known for its ocean views, sprawling estates, and famous residents. This marked the beginning of a new chapter, one focused on building their own brand, separate from the palace gates. And build it they did. Shortly after leaving royal life, the couple signed a lucrative production deal with Netflix worth a reported $150 million. The agreement allowed them to create documentaries, docuseries, films, and children's programming, giving them a creative platform to tell stories that matter to them, especially around mental health, social justice, and family life. Not long after, another deal followed, this time with Spotify. Valued at $18 million, the contract was for a podcast series under the brand Archewell Audio. Though the project faced some delays, it positioned the couple within the highly competitive podcasting space and signaled their intent to remain relevant in the digital media world. Perhaps the most emotionally resonant of their collaborations came with Oprah Winfrey. Together, they produced a mental health-focused docuseries for Apple TV+, in which Harry spoke openly about his struggles with grief, anxiety, and the emotional toll of growing up in the royal spotlight. It was raw, it was honest, and it further distinguished Harry as someone unafraid to use his platform for meaningful dialogue. These high-profile deals not only offered financial security, they also allowed Harry and Meghan to craft a public identity completely on their own terms. No longer bound by tradition, the couple is carving out a space that merges celebrity influence with humanitarian intention. Far from the formality of palace gates and royal banquets, Prince Harry now resides in a sun-soaked sanctuary nestled within the elite enclave of Montecito, California. It's here, surrounded by rolling hills, towering palms, and the gentle hush of the Pacific Ocean, that he and Meghan Markle have laid down new roots. And their mansion? It's not just a house, it's a statement. Purchased for a cool $14.65 million in June 2020, the estate sprawls across 7.4 acres of prime California land. The centerpiece is a jaw-dropping 19,000-square-foot main house, a Mediterranean-style masterpiece that blends grandeur with serenity. Inside, there are 9 bedrooms and an astonishing 16 bathrooms, along with a private library perfect for quiet reflection, a state-of-the-art gym, a lush spa, a wine cellar, and even a home theater for family movie nights. This isn't just luxury, it's curated comfort. Every corner of the estate has been designed to reflect their new lifestyle. Elegant, yet understated, glamorous, yet grounded. It's the kind of home that whispers old money taste with new age freedom. And the neighborhood? Equally as high profile. Just down the road, you'll find Oprah Winfrey in her sprawling Promised Land estate. Ellen DeGeneres, Ariana Grande, Katy Perry, and Gwyneth Paltrow are among the local residents. It's a gated world of wealth and prestige, but more importantly for Harry and Meghan, it's a haven of privacy. That's exactly what Montecito offers: peace. After years of relentless press scrutiny and tabloid invasions, this coastal California retreat provides them something the palace never could: an escape. No paparazzi loitering outside iron gates, no flashing bulbs interrupting playtime with the kids. Here, Harry and Meghan can simply be Harry and Meghan, parents, creatives, and partners. Speaking of partnership, few royal romances have captured global attention quite like theirs. Their story began in 2016 with a blind date that turned into a transatlantic love affair. By May 2018, they were married at Windsor Castle in a ceremony watched by millions around the world. But the fairy tale quickly turned into a battle for acceptance, for peace, and for their future. Through it all, Harry and Meghan stood by each other. Whether it was stepping back from royal duties or facing media storms head-on, they've remained a united front. And today, their bond appears stronger than ever. They're raising 2 children: Archie, born in May 2019, and Lilibet Diana, born in June 2021, in the heart of their Montecito paradise. Family life is now front and center. Archie enjoys the expansive gardens and outdoor space, while Lilibet is growing up surrounded by love, security, and freedom. A far cry from the constraints Harry experienced as a royal child. And though Harry no longer goes by a last name, his children carry the Mountbatten-Windsor surname, a subtle yet powerful nod to both tradition and evolution. But Harry's life isn't all lavish estates and Netflix deals. At the heart of his journey is a deep commitment to giving back. Inspired by his mother, the late Princess Diana, Harry has carried the torch of compassion into every chapter of his life. In 2006, he co-founded Sentabale, a charity dedicated to helping children affected by HIV in Lesotho and Botswana. It was more than a cause, it was a personal mission. Then, in 2014, he launched the Invictus Games, an international event for wounded military personnel and veterans. The Games have grown into a global movement, shining a spotlight on resilience and recovery. His environmental efforts have also taken flight. From working with organizations like Elephants Without Borders to participating in global conservation summits, Harry has consistently used his influence to protect the planet. And while the Montecito mansion might be his physical home, it's in these philanthropic pursuits that Harry seems to find his spiritual one. Today, Prince Harry walks a fine line between tradition and reinvention. He's no longer defined by the palace or its protocols, but he hasn't abandoned the values instilled in him from birth: duty, honor, and service. Instead, he's reimagined them for the modern world. Through his foundation, Archewell, through his public speaking, and through his unwavering commitment to his family, Harry continues to evolve. Not as a royal relic, but as a symbol of transformation. This is not the story of a prince who gave it all up. It's the story of a man who chose to rewrite the script. And in doing so, he's crafted a life that's authentic, impactful, and entirely his own. Stay tuned, because if there's one thing Prince Harry has proven, it's that his journey is far from over.